Grubs Up, back again. First video of the after the third lockdown of 2021. Hopefully there'll be no more lockdowns. Anyway, where I am today, I'm in the Lake District again. I've done Derwent, I've done Ullswater, and now I'm on Windermere. That's right, Lake Windermere. So this is going to be a good video. We're going to have a potter about on the lake, looking at it. The water is like glass. There's quite a few people that are out with their kayaks and canoes. I don't think I've seen any paddleboarders yet, but hopefully I might see some when we're out. Anyway, where I've parked is just over that way, and it's a lakeside car park, and it's basically opposite, like within a 30-second walk across the road to the jetty, to where you can launch one. So that's a good place to start. So if you come to Ambleside, into Ambleside, head to the lakeside car park, and that's where you can launch your paddleboards from. Anyway, we're going to do some chicken and tomato sauce for lunch, so that's going to be nice. And let's get to it. Right, well here we are at the jetty, as you can see in the distance, hopefully, but the car park is behind. So also just basically like a stone's throw across the road, and you're at the jetty. And there's a canoeing club here, so a lot of canoes. I have seen another paddleboarder, so I'm not on my own, but this is the lakeside entrance. So I'll just walk in and start paddling. There's a cafe here, there's some fish and chips, the jetties, some ferries leave from here, so quite a bit of things going on. Anyway, what a beautiful place to start paddling. Back to the scene. Right, so I've just started on the lake now and left the group of kayaks behind. It's just weird being out here. I mean, I know there's the road behind, but beyond that, you got the mountains, which are actually stunning. And I actually drove down up and through a mountain pass, as it were, getting here, which apparently that's what my sat nav told me to do. I might hopefully go that way, and I can put a bit of footage on the end of it. But this is Lake Windermere. It is 20 miles long by 1 mile wide. But where I'm going, to start off with, I've been told at the base of this lake where I'm at, well I say the base, the top end of where I'm at, there's a river that flows into the lake, which apparently is very quiet and scenic. So I can only go about a mile up and back to a certain bridge or something. But I'll have a look, or we'll have a look, and see what it's like. Also, for those people who do watch Coronation Street, years ago, there was an actual scene that was filmed in the Lake District, where a boat blew up or something, and it was actually this area. So a bit of TV trivia for you. But yes, actually, if I just spin my board around, if I just look straight in that direction, that is the pass that I came across. You can't really see it from here, but it was windy roads, and it was, in a way, being in Cornwall, we have one track roads. It was amazing, but it was also slightly scary for me. But it was such an adrenaline rush, in a way, I suppose. Because there's certain roads that I don't like in the UK that are very steep. They're mainly in Yorkshire, and obviously we're in Cumbria now. And also, if I bring my camera to the left, when I'm pointing my paddle, there's also, I think it's called Ray Castle in this distance. So I might try and have lunch around that area, see if I can find a bay, and that's where we'll do our lunch. But we'll see what happens anyway. Right, well, we're practically at the mouth of that river that I was on about earlier. There's actually a paddleboarder on there, and there's obviously a group of kayakers having a riverside lunch. Don't blame them, really. Something that I'll be doing shortly. But Yeah, here we are at the mark. Apparently you can go about a mile up because there's a lovely spot that you can go up to. I'll say I'm just looking at it from the distance. Probably not going to go up, but by me using the camera on my phone, you can see up the river, I suppose. That sign says no access to Powercraft between 1st of March and 1st of August. So there's your river, I presume. Might not be actually. Thought it could be. It's amazing to think if I stop. It's amazing to think, you know, if I stop paddling, can't really hear much traffic, and where those kayaks are, they're still the well, way back, way back. He's brave doing it in shorts. At least if I fall in, I've got slightly better protection. Anyway, lovely stately home, private access. Yeah, today I've seen more kayaks than I have paddleboarders. Although, bearing in mind, I did see 5 on Ullswater Lake, which I drove past this morning on the way to here, going over that mountainy thing. Actually, I'll see if we can get a better view. Yeah, there you go. We've got the 2 ones and the 2 big hills and the one in the centre. I went through the, pressing around the edge of the one in the centre. Mental, but lovely. I think we might have another paddleboarder actually on the jetty further down from this private house. Yes, indeedy do. We have another paddleboarder, which is good. Apparently, also, and I'm going on and I'm going on and I'm going on, but there's also, reportedly, presumably, I'm not sure whether it's true or not, but there's the Lake District's version of Nessie out in here. So hope I don't bump into it, or it bumps into me. But we shall crack on and enjoy my surroundings, because it is absolutely beautiful. Right, well, I made my first stop, and I'll say straight in the distance, if you can squint and look, that's actually Ray Castle, which looks a nice place to visit. I'll try and get another view from a bit further around, but I'll say this is my first stop, and I'm going to swing back round. So boat there going across. I don't know if they're talking to me or what, but here we are. There's my board on the water, puffing away. First stop, and I'm going to crack on in a moment and get back on the water. So, ferry in the distance, going back to Ambleside, which is a nice little town. Anyway, let's crack on. Well, with what I said earlier about the ferry boats, there's one in the far distance, there's one just coming across now. So there's also the kayakist. What I'm going to be doing soon is actually paddling straight across the width of the Lake Windermere, and then going to find a spot, and we're going to set up for lunch and start getting our chicken with tomato sauce. It's going to take about 25 minutes to cook, but it's still going to be nice to just relax, admire the scenery, and just enjoy where I am, really. But also, if I just pan back, on the other side of this hill, it's actually Ray Castle, which I can't get a good view of on the GoPro, but it's there. I have seen it. Anyway, got waves coming across now, so I shall stop and I shall then crack on with me paddling straight across the lake. Right, well, I have to say, I mean, I have done a heck of a lot of paddling, going from practically all the way over there, all around the edge, and still further down. The green bit which you can see in the distance, that's where I'm heading for lunch. But just wanted to show you this, and there's some lovely houses on lovely properties, some probably hotels and private houses on the Windermere Lake. And also, if you had the money, you can pick a more beautiful spot to live, really. But I don't know if my finger's getting in line. Anyway, yeah, so I'll say that green area and green yellow area in the distance, that's where we're heading for lunch. So let's get on and paddle, and that should take me about 15 minutes max, I think. Back to sea. Right, well, I have arrived on the beach. I'm now board, well, beach now, literally. And then there's 3 kayaks there that are just about to launch. But yeah, this is the beach that I've landed at. I didn't realise I was going to get hit by big waves that were coming in, which was a shock, but nice. And there's also someone wild swimming in the distance. But what I've done is actually, you've got Ray Castle in the distance, and then to the left, if you follow the line to the end, there's a bunch of trees sticking out. I know there's like a big load of trees, but there's some bunch of trees are sticking out. And I've just come straight across from there down here, so I think I must have done a good 6-7 miles. So I think I made a new friend. Anyway, I'm going to get the stove set up and start cooking. Right, well, the food is on now, and I've got my stove on. The stove will have my other item, which is my kettle. But my chicken and tomatoes sauce is basically button mushrooms and green veg, which you can use asparagus, but I've just chosen to use Monstone. You get a breast of chicken, chop it up into little cubes, and once you've chopped up your chicken, bang in a half a tin of tomato soup, mix it all together, pinch salt and pepper, foil it into the full package like I've just done, and then you just leave it for 25 minutes for the chicken to no longer be pink, because you don't want food poisoning, and you cook away. So I'm going to leave this for about 20 minutes, and then when I've got 5 minutes left, I'll stick the kettle on, and then eventually my food will be ready in 25 minutes. And for my starter, which I don't know if I should show this, but I'm going to anyway, I've actually got nachos with chili cheese. So, but I mean, I know there's the noise of the cars in the background, which is, I mean, it's not that noisy, but obviously when you consider you've got this on your doorstep, where else can you have a better meal eating al fresco? So I shall get back to you shortly and show you the finished product when it's actually fully cooked. So I'll get back to you soon. Right, well, the food is ready, and yeah, there's the finished item. So you have chicken in a tomato sauce with munch stew and mushrooms, and I've also got some pot mash. I know it might be cheating, but when you're trying to save on washing up, it's a good idea. You can get this pot mash from Morrison's, which is where I got mine from, but yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. So I'm going to tuck in and enjoy my lunch al fresco with also some of the local wildlife as well, who have obviously started to join me. And then we'll finish on me going back to where I started. And yes, this is a video camera, and basically, yeah, I might do the bit of video of the route that I came in from. I'm going to enjoy my meal. So anyway, grubs up. Right, well, lunch is over now, so we're going to finish our journey and head back to Lakeside, I think it's called. I've forgotten. I've been out here too long. Back on the water anyway, because we've only got about less than a mile left to do. It's been a lovely journey out here. First time at Lake Windermere. Obviously, the only thing I didn't expect was the waves. So let's crack on. Come on, board. I know I haven't done the entire Lake Windermere, but this just gives you a taste from the north end of Windermere. And with it being 20 miles long, there's plenty of spaces, plenty of places and spaces and places and spaces to do your paddleboarding. So I would highly recommend coming to Lake Windermere. Even looking down at the minute, you can see how clear the water is. It's amazing. Apart from just hitting the camera with the paddle, not a good idea. So I've seen kayakers on here, canoeists, some paddleboarders. I finished my lunch, we're back on the water. The exit jetty is less than half a mile downriver, down lake. I've taken my rubbish with me, so if you do eat out on the water, remember to take your rubbish with you, because it spoils it for everyone else. So let's head back and relax, because my job here is done. I've had a lovely paddle. Seeing kayakers, paddleboarders, and even somebody water skiing. Anyway, back to land, and it'll be the video that I'll be doing of my crossing to finish off with. Right, this last section is actually the Kirkstone Pass, which is not the Suffering, which you come up to onto the Kirkstone Pass. And this section actually goes from Ambleside all the way to Glen Riding at the base of the Ullswater lake, as it were. Really nice drive, but as I say, the Suffering is the harder bit, but this bit isn't. So enjoy. Anyway, there'll be another video coming soon, so stay tuned.